What's that number?
I don't know.
It's pretty.
Oh, you think so?
You're going to marry. Again. The cards indicate distinctly 2 marriages and maybe a 3rd. Oh, for God's sake. No, we certainly need some new stocking.
Oh, I'm conscious of that.
Let's see what the fate's all set.
Say, Harry, when do we lam it out of here?
Ask Beulah. Maybe she can get it out of her cards.
What'd you say, honey? Don't pay any attention to him. I'll be glad to go. It's kind of spooky around here.
What else do they say about me?
You are going to enter upon a period of very poor health.
When?
Sometime about along your 37th year.
That means any day now.
Listen to me, girls. We can't afford to be wasting our time with card tricks. We've got to do a little rehearsing.
Say, Harry, what are you mad about now?
Who said I was mad about anything?
Well, every time you get yourself into a peeve, you take it out on us. You start hollering, come on, girls, we gotta rehearse.
A peeve. Merely a little disgusted. The act needs brushing up.
Honestly, Harry, don't you think we know the routine by now?
I'm not saying you don't know it. I'm saying your performance last night grieved me and irked me.
Ugh, for God's sake.
You had your mind on those officers and not on your work. Now that kind of attitude went big in Romania and where we're going. Artistry counts. Maybe I'll take the bunch of you to see the Russian ballet and give you a rough idea of what dancing really is. Goodbye, Mr. Rand.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Rest. Any news? Good news, I hope. May I have your passports? Soon. Clumsy, Mr. Rand. Seem a little flustered. Thank you. Oh, what happened, Mr. Cooley?
Mr. Coolery was very injudicious. Very, very injudicious. I'm glad you're all so much more intelligent.
Oh, I don't think they could have done anything cruel to him. They're awfully nice boys, those Locks.
Yeah, so I observed. Listen to me, girls. Geneva's big time. If we click with them, we're all set for London and Paris. Or maybe we'll even get enough money to get home.
Oh, don't speak of such a thing. Home.
The trouble with you girls is you're thinking too much on your own specialties. You try to steal the act, and you wreck it. Now, you realize you've got plenty of chance to score individually in your bubble number, but once you get to the chorus routine, you've got to submerge your genius to the max.
What do I do wrong?
What do you do wrong? Your maxi forward is lackluster.
Come here, Beulah, I'll show you.
Just a minute, Miss Lawson. Who's directing this act? You or me?
You are, you old poop, but you just don't know the steps.
Come on for now.
Give us the music, Harry. Here's your Harry, Shirley just wants to be helpful.
Really, how to present this?
Don't be silly, give us the pickup. You know that walk that was giving me a play last night?
You mean the one with that nose?
Yeah, she was terrible. The boy had a count. Get it? Look what he gave me. Let me see it. I don't know what it is.
Looks like money. What kind of money is this, Harry?
What?
What kind of money is it?
Oh, it's an old Roman coin.
How much do you think it's worth?
Well, I haven't looked up the latest rate of exchange on deniers, but here I'm afraid you've been betrayed. Now, see me, girls. Pay attention. I said the act needed improving, and with that in mind, I'm going to retire from all dance routines.
What?
What? Harry, we're gonna get along without you. Say, Harry, I heard you, didn't I? I'm sorry I didn't mean it.
Never mind the regret, Shirley.
Give me a kiss, Harry.
Nah, save your lipstick.
Why do you want to do that?
I've decided I'm more of a thinker than a performer. From now on, I shall devote myself purely to the creative side of the act, and, of course, negotiate all contracts.
What the hell is the matter with you? Have you gone through?
When did you make your mind up to that, Harry?
I've been considering this for some time.
Say, what were you talking about with that Russian dame?
We discussed world politics.
Oh.
And how are politics these days, Harry?
Harry, did you get anywhere in your first date?
I find it very difficult to explain things to you girls. You're children of nature.
What? He means we're natural. Oh.
Never mind. You'll sing the number, Shirley.
Me?
With that terrible voice?
I handled it fine the time I had bronchitis in Belgrade. With a little rehearsing, you'll have the whole League of Nations rooting for you. Come on now.
Oh, Graham, take it again, Harry.
That's fine.
Hello, Don. Oh, hello. Say, Harry, Captain
train leaves at 5 o'clock.
Hooray!
What a relief to be out of this foul place.
You're going too, Donna?
Yes, there's nothing for me here. As a matter of fact, I'm sick of Europe as a whole. I was in town this morning when they shot Woolery.
Shot who? The little guy that balled out the block. They shot him? Why'd they do that?
Well, he asked for it, but even so, it's pretty sickening to see one of your fellow human beings crumpled up in a violent death. There will be lots more like him, and right here too. The French know about this airbase, and soon they'll be over with their bombs, so it's California, here I come.
Yeah, bump right into the Japs. You better stop out in Wichita.
I'll see you on the train.
You girls, go get yourselves ready.
Okay, Mary. But I just can't understand. Why did they have to shoot the poor boy?
Well, it's hard to explain, Beulah, but it seems they're having an argument over here. And the only way they care to settle it is by murdering a lot of people.
Say, you don't have to tell me what that's like. I was in the Club Grotto in Detroit the night before they shot out with the jeep. And with that a mess, blood everywhere.
You heard what happened to Woolery?
Oh, yes, I heard you died like a true patriot, shouting Vive la France!
It's better if you died like a man. Sticking to what he thought was right.
Well, he was such a nice old chap.
The Italians are swine.
Oh, they had perfect right to do what they did.
But to tell a man to say what he thinks,
Oh, many more will die for less than that.
We'll be saying goodbye pretty soon. The train doesn't leave at 5, does it, Donna?
Yes, 5 o'clock sharp.
Well, all this unpleasantness has been spoiled through winter sports.
Oh, that's all washed up. We're going back to, that is, until those across the border.
So the honeymoon's over already?
yes, I suppose so.
England's coming into this, and we have to stand by France.
And so Jimmy can do his right many guns and civilization. Half the joys of all married up to Florida before we were married. But we mustn't worry about now. We have to stand by France. We have to make the world a better place for heroes to live in.
Oh, come on, darling, please don't cry.
Well, let her cry. Let her sob her heart out. For all the good it'll do her. You know what I often think? I often think we should get together and elect somebody else God. Yeah, me, for instance. I bet I'd make a much better job of it.
You'd be fine with that.
I think I would at that. There'd be plenty of people object to my methods. Like Mr. Baybear, for instance. Would have begun the administration by beating their can off the head.
Oh, let's start the campaign now. Vote for good old Harry Bond, and it's 3 a.m.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Mr. Chair.
Do we get across?
Yes, certainly, Mr. Van. I have your passports right here. You and the young ladies have been duly stamped.
What about Mr. Baybear and his friend?
I have their passports right here. I advise you to make ready, Mr. Van. Train leaves in about 45 minutes.
Thanks, Captain. See you later, Mr. and Mrs. Cherry.
What about us?
Due to a slight technicality, you'll be able to cross the frontier.
I can't tell you how grateful we are.
You need to be grateful to me, Mr. Cherry. I must obey the order of Rome. Is your luggage ready?
Yes, it's in the hall. Goodbye and good luck.
As to you, my friend.
How dare you tell me your friend? I should have police has done you, and yet you won't touch your mad dog who started this terror.
Not my fault, madame.
Darling, please. The captain's doing his principal duty as best as he possibly can.
I know. Forgive me. I should have known that it's everybody's fault. I'll be okay.
Come on.
Frankly, my heart bleeds for them.
Pretty young. They'll live through it and be happy.
Will they?
The civilization of the Hope never does any beating heart. Is everything ready?
Certainly, Monsieur Bébert. Here it is.
I'm certainly glad to get out of this joint. So long, Captain.
Harry, have you got the music?
Yeah, you got your overshoes on?
Toodaloo, Captain.
And Madame.
Madame's passport is quite unusual. It's given us quite a bit of worry.
The League of Nations issues documents like that for those with nationalities. Sure.
That is understood, but Italy's attitude towards the League of Nations at this moment is not exactly cordial. I must ask some questions. It's a mere matter of formality.
You may ask questions, Captain, but be sure not in the answers. Although those Republics are Armenian, not trouble the Tsarist government in Russia. I believe he's a thrower of bombs.
Did she inherit any of his tendencies?
I shouldn't wonder, but she has learned to control them.
Very well, Monsieur Bébert. My instructions were to accord you for every consideration of the fact, and in view of the fact that Madame is traveling with you, she'd be glad to approve of her visa.
Madame is not traveling with me. She has her own passport.
But it's given that you vouch for her. That's more than enough to satisfy the authorities.
Vouch for Madame? It is not necessary for anybody to vouch for Madame. She's quite capable of taking care of herself. Her passport is not entirely in order. It is no affair of mine.
Monsieur Bébert, this puts me in a very difficult position. She'll be forced to detain Madame.
You are a soldier, Captain, and you should be used to American decisions. Undoubtedly, you were there this morning. when you see the confused cast of his foolery. But this is war, and you take responsibility to send upon you, as well as me.
Beulah!
Yes, Harry?
They're waiting for you on the bus.
Are you coming?
Tell them I'll be right back.
Okay, Harry.
I shall check my luck. Thank you, Captain.
No mention. Are the young girls ready?
Yeah, they're ready. And some of your aviators are out there trying to persuade them into staying here permanently.
And I add my duty to theirs.
We're not going to have any more trouble, are we, Captain?
Oh no, Mr. Van. Geneva's a lovely spot. I wish I was going there too in such charming company.
Oh, hey, Doctor. Got your rats all packed?
Am I privileged to go now?
Yes, Dr. Walters. Here's your passport.
Thank you.
You know, Doctor, I certainly will be glad to have known you. Once I read in the papers that you've wiped out cancer and have won the Nobel Prize and are one of the greatest heroes on earth, I'll be able to say he was a personal friend of mine. You once admired my music.
Thank you very much. This visa is good for crossing the ocean border.
Certainly. But you're going to Zurich.
I have changed my plans. I am going back into Germany. Germany as a war. Perhaps I am needed.
Needed for what?
I shall offer my services for what they are worth.
What about your rats?
Why should I save people who don't want to be saved? So they can go out and exterminate each other? Obscene maniacs. Then I'll be a maniac too. I'll be more dangerous than most of them. I know all the tricks of that. As for my rats, maybe they will be useful. Burn, put down blockade again and we shall be starving. We will cut them up into fillets and eat them.
Wait a minute, Doctor. You're doing this without thinking.
I'm thinking probably the remedy you sold is better than mine.
But you can't change around like this. What about all those things you told me? All that about backsliding?
No, I have not forgotten the degradation of mankind that is painful and offensive to conceive. I'm sorry to disappoint you about the Nobel Prize.
Goodbye, Doctor. Can't somebody answer the question everybody asks? Why? I know some of the answers, but they aren't good enough. Mr. Baybear and a lot like him, they can't take the blame for all of this. Who is it did this trick on a lot of decent people? And why do you let him get away with it? That's the thing I'd like to know.
Still very about the situation, Mr. Khan. Good evening, Captain.
Good evening, madam.
I've had the most superb rest here. It is so calm, so soothing. I can't bear to think I have to go out to Biarritz with the dull, dismal sea pounding in my ears. We are ready to go now, Hugh.
The captain has raised some objections.
I regret to inform you, madam, that there must be some further delay.
This train is not going after all.
The train is going, madam, but this passport of yours prevents some issues which, under the circumstances...
Monsieur Weber will settle them, whatever the circumstances are. Won't you, Hugh?
I've just been arguing with the captain. There is some difficulty about your nationality.
Your birthplace is uncertain, believed to be in Armenia,
Yes, the province of Russia.
and you subsequently became a resident of England,
When I was a very little girl.
and then the United States, and then France.
Yes, it is all there plain for you to see. I have never had the slightest bit of problem with my passport. It was issued by the League of Nations.
The fact is, madam, that the League of Nations is no longer recognized by our government. For this reason, I cannot permit you to pass at this time. I hope you appreciate the delicacy of my position, and we shall adjust this matter tomorrow.
I should of course go over it. You know how dangerous it is for me to be led by Richard Frank by so much as one day.
I understand it, Hugh.
Here, just to take care of all possible expenses. Must return to Venice immediately and see Wagner. I've already sent his full instructions.
Thank you for being so very tactful.
Your superior is there right now. Consider it a great privilege.
Thank you again.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Hugh.
Coming, Mr. Brown?
Yeah, certainly. Tough luck, babe.
Tis no matter.
But I seriously doubt you suffer any bayonet wounds. You know the captain isn't as brutal as the Bolsheviks were.
You mean to be encouraging?
How'd you get that passport from the League of Nations?
I wonder, no, not to say anything about that.
Let me see it.
No.
Want to see it?
Don't you dare touch it. Hey, Harry, it's time for us to go.
All right, all right.
You're very with your friend.
Yevgenia Kosmachins. Kosmachins. Is that a branch of the Romanovs, babe?
Don't call me babe.
My apologies, madame. I just call everybody babe.
Perhaps that is why I don't like.
I can see that you're in a tough spot. Considering what we owe to each other and the Governor Bryan,
Must you always be in that place?
I want to help you, Irene. Isn't there anything I can do?
I thank you from the bottom of my heart, but it is useless.
There's no need to thank me. Just tell me, what can I do?
You are very kind and very young, but unfortunately, you are no match for Monsieur Bebet.
Is he responsible for them stopping you?
Of course he is. I knew it the moment I saw that ashamed look on the face of Captain when you
Bear double-crossed you. Well, what's that son of a bitch got against you?
He's afraid of me. I know too much about him and his method of promoting his own business.
Well, everybody knows about his methods. Even little Colery was here talking about them.
And see what happened to him? It is what happens to everyone when they dare to criticize them.
Why? Did you split with him?
Yes. Last night I could stand it no longer. So I did the one thing I knew he would never forgive.
Yeah?
I told him what I really thought about his business.
Yeah?
See how quickly he strikes back?
Harry, the bus is going to leave.
You film it good.
We gotta go right this minute.
All right, all right.
Go along now. You can't help me now. Nobody can. But if it will help you in your traveling with the slave laws, I will tell you. I did know you slightly enough.
Are you lying again?
It was room 974.
How the hell can I remember what room it was?
Well then, you'll never be sure, Miss Goodman.
Will you come on? We can't wait another instant.
All right, I'm coming.
Hurry up! You can put your coat on.
I said I'm coming, damn it! Well, good afternoon, madam.
Do please, let us that room.
They called me up. Look, I'm an Italian soldier.
You look splendid.
Thank you, madam, but why are you not on that bus?
I have decided to remain here and watch the winter sports.
Oh, I don't think this is a very good place anymore. The French will be here to drop bombs on everybody.
That will be exciting for us to see, won't it?
Well, can I get you anything, madam?
Yes. Bring in a bottle of champagne and 2 glasses. We'll have a drink.
Your luggage is in the hall, madam. Would you wish it taken to the same street?
No. Do you have anything small?
We have small rooms on the other side of the hotel.
I will have these small. It will be good.
Would you wish to go to it now?
No. Have my luggage sent up. I will have it safe. To you, Lucy, and to Austria.
And to you, madam.
Goodbye, Lucy.
No, thank you, madam.
You need not be so angry to report it. I know perfectly.
You're very understanding, madam.
I know. I'm the most understanding woman in the world. I understand so damned well that I'm alone here, with no one to go to, nowhere to turn.
I'm very sorry, madam. If I can help in any way.
I know. You will be very kind and thoughtlessly polite.
I realize that politeness now means nothing, but under these tragic circumstances, what else can I do?
What else can you do under these tragic circumstances? I just had what you do. You can refuse to fight. You can refuse to use those weapons they have stolen. But you are going away too long. Don't let me take that.
Will you forgive me, madam?
Fully, my dear Captain. Fully.
Thank you, madam.
Who's champagne is that?
Hi.
Thanks.
Do please accept that.
No, that's all right.
Did you make your train?
No, the train went. I got the girls on board. Mr. and Mrs. Sherry promised to look after them. They'll be okay.
And you have come back here for me?
Seems perfectly obvious I came back.
Then you meant it what you said when you wanted to help me.
You said I'd never be sure. Well, I came back to tell you that I am sure. I got thinking back on that bus. I came to the conclusion that it was room 974. Or close to it, anyhow. Somehow or other, I couldn't help feeling a little flattered. A little touched. But of all the sordid hotel rooms you must have been in, you should have remembered that one. Maybe. You're going to break down and tell me who the hell are you?
Does it really matter who I am?
Well, I like you like you are.
Give me some more. I am not a Romanov. Far from it. I just like to see the light in people's eyes when I tell them I am a Russian princess. They're all such snobs. I'm not going to tell the truth to them. Why should I? Their whole life is
Captain.
You missed the train?
No, just a damn fool.
I love you, Harry.
You do, eh?
Ever since that night in the Governor Bragg hotel, I love you. You have a heart that I can trust, and I know whatever I say will never be misunderstood.
Yeah, I had you down from the start.
You adore me too, don't you, Doc?
No. I told you once, no.
No, you mustn't admit it.
Fine, Billy. We don't want any misunderstanding, do we?
Oh, dear,
If you're
no.
gonna hook up with me, it's for purely professional reasons. I'm the manager, see?
I see.
I'll fix it with the captain to get us across the border tomorrow or the next day. We'll join up with the girls in Geneva. That's as good a place as any to rehearse the code.
The code. You must teach it to me at once.
At once. It's a very deep, scientific, complicated problem.
I shall be able to do that very easily.
Say, listen, if you're unusually smart and apply yourself, you'll have a good idea of it after 6 months of study and rehearsal.
A mind reader. You're right. I shall be able to do that very easily.
And another thing, if you're going to qualify for this act with me, you're going to have to lay out the liquor. I mean after this one. Well-known scientific fact that booze and science don't mix.
I shall not use my own name. No, I shall call myself Namur. Namura the Great, assisted by Mr. Harry Voss.
What's up, Captain?
French airplane. It's a reprisal for last night. I buzzed the cellar.
No, no.
Madame, I entreat you not to do anything too reckless. I have enough on my conscience already, without adding your innocent life.
Done very fast.
God be with you.
We're in the war, Harry.
Yeah. What do we do? Go out and say, boo?
Think so.
No, my voice don't feel appropriate. If only we could get Charlie out.
Everyone goes into the cellar quick. It is dangerous out here.
Ridiculous.
Thanks, senor.
You have been warned.
Here we are on the top of the world. You want us to go into the cellar. Do you want to go into the cellar?
Do you?
No. The bomb comes, it'll be worse than the cellar.
Now stick by you there.
Come and watch it, Harry. It's superb.
Looks to me exactly like Hell's Angels. You know, I used to play piano in the